the legacy part of December means something personal to me as well as standing for its own history. I'm of an age to have actually had coffee with Kurt Johnson in Chicago in 1980 when I was publishing my own art magazine there, White Walls, a magazine of writings by artists. And Kurt was already an eminence grise in the Chicago literary magazine scene, and since we all lived fairly close to each other on the north side of Chicago, Kurt and myself, my fellow editor Reagan Upshaw, and Art Lang from Brilliant Corners would occasionally get together with plans to do something special, a kind of, we talked about, in fact, having a year in which we all focused on similar things. It was such a great idea, but really we should have called our publications occasionals instead of periodicals. so we couldn't get into the same decade, let alone the same month cycle, and that one passed by. But Jana's invitation to look at December was a chance for me to return to that old idea. What could we do with the magazine to fulfill something of the brilliance of a literary magazine in which the pictures didn't simply illustrate the texts, but neither did they slap the text around as if they didn't belong there. So I said in the first issue, my first letter from the art editor, that my interest would be in choosing artworks that can be read as well as experienced. And by that I mean to suggest that works of a more phenomenal bent lose more in reproduction than do pictures. But I am also interested in works by artists who themselves are interested in writing's relationship to art, and I hope you've been able to see in the selection of artists that have appeared in December some attentiveness to that. The best thing was Jana's support of the idea of publishing portfolios of works by visual artists. And this has allowed the magazine to share more than a glimpse at an art form which suffers somewhat in the reduction of scale from space to page in a way that a poem does not. And so the way in which the art then achieves its measure is through the succession of turning pages, which makes duration of time with the sensibility of an artist into something that matters. In fact, if you haven't yet looked through the current issue, we have our first fold-out. I've just come from Howell Symphony Hall where they played Bolero, so I'm feeling post-coital anyway. But what Jana, sorry about that. What Jana and I would like to keep doing with the magazine
His laugh.
Well, it is May after all. I'll get my composure back. Okay. We want to keep unfolding, of course, artworks that reflect in as many ways as possible on the connection between the material grain of a work in matter and the textual grain of a poetic voice, a figurative voice, the voice of an essayist, the inventory of the passions language summons. I'm really glad to be in partnership with such a good crew, and we look forward to doing even more dazzling things in issues to come. So thank you.